off and pacing. Everybody can read the program. KD Overdrive has the rail and wants to be the leader in the first turn. Dylan's Mustang got away in second. Then Windermere Renee is third. Windermere Johnny fourth. Just like you can read them in your program, 1 through 4. Horses come out of the first turn, straighten up en route to the opening quarter. They're chasing the favorite, KD Overdrive, 2-year-old gelded son of Cam Mystics, clear on the front for Barrio, en route to the opening quarter. Dylan's Mustangs right on the leader's helmet. Quarter time came and went 28-4. No shortage of speed here in the 4-horse field. KD Overdrive right on down the road. Dylan's Mustang right there second. And then we have Team Windermere Renee is third, Johnny's fourth, and they're tightening in as they come in front of the fans. First time around, KD Overdrive on top. Dylan's Mustang getting a great trip this afternoon there in second. Windermere Renee now closer in third. Windermere Johnny is fourth. There's still 1 through 4. They went by the half. 58-2. Serious opening fractions for the 2-year-old Pacers, and they're still strong as they roll by 5/8. It's KD Overdrive on top. He gets a tap on the tail. Dylan's Mustangs just biding his time in the pocket. Windermere Renee now hitting a better stride in third. Windermere Johnny gaps out in fourth, but they're all still chasing the favorite by 3/4. KD Overdrive. Barrio goes to work and he opens up a length and a half. They went by 3/4, 127-3. KD Overdrive putting on a show here this afternoon. Dylan's Mustang the only one there in second. Third still Windermere Renee at the top of the stretch. KD Overdrive's on cruise control now. He's gone by 5. Dylan's Mustang tries to hang on to second over Windermere Renee, but the opener's in the books. KD Overdrive, an easy winner. Second was Dylan's Mustang. Windermere Renee was third. Time for the mile. 156-2, KD Overdrive. There they go, off and pacing. Wide off the gate, that's Pinch of Paradise. In between, Pacers take off and from the rail. Princess Anne Marie is the leader around the first turn. Princess Anne Marie on top. In the center of the track, Takeoff A is now taking over second. Pinch of Paradise is third, Spot Shadow fourth. And on an early break, that's Elm Grove Josie. Everybody's by okay en route to the opening quarter. Things unsettled though. Princess Anne Marie is the leader, but Pinch of Paradise still out and driving on the outside. He wants the front this afternoon. Pinch of Paradise and Bill Watts, new leader on top. Princess Anne Marie let him go by the opening quarter. 30-3, the price paid to be the leader. Pinch of Paradise on the lead. Right there second, Princess Anne Marie. Takeoff A sits in third. Spot Shadow is fourth. And gapped out way back for another day, Elm Grove Josie after the break. Horses come in front of the fans. First time around, Pinch of Paradise right down the road here this afternoon. He's the leader halfway home. Princess Anne Marie right on the leader's helmet. First to move on the outside now. Spot Shadow takes over third and goes after second. That shuffles back. Takeoff A now to fourth. They went by the half. 101-3. It's Pinch of Paradise showing the way. Closer now on the outside. Spot Shadow's up to the leader's wheel. Princess Anne Marie right on the iron, but no place to go in third. Ready to come 3 wide now. There goes Takeoff A and Charlie Miles as they head to 3/4. 3 wide. Takeoff A's going on by them as they head for 3/4. Takeoff A is the new leader. Spot Shadow on the outside second. They went by 3/4, 133. The fans are going nuts. Takeoff A's opened up by 4. Pinch of Paradise is trying to rally back for second. Spot Shadow's third. Princess Anne Marie tries to find a way out, but Fireball's got them by 5 through the stretch. Takeoff A took off at the 3/4, said goodbye to this field. Takeoff A, an impressive looking winner. Princess Anne Marie got through for second. Spot Shadow was third. Time for the mile. 202-4. Takeoff A and Charlie Miles. There they go, off-hand pacing, far outside. That's Pictoni and Rachel. In between horses, Dixie Lullaby and first into the turn. West River Amber is the leader on round the first turn. West River Amber on top. Dixie Lullaby on the outside, driving on. She wants that big hole at the front, and Trites is pointing her right at it. Dixie Lullaby on the outside now to take over. West River Amber released her and will sit second. Paradise Paradox is third. Tony and Rachel landed in the 4-hole in the early trailer. That's Heart of Windermere. Fillies are strung out by the opening quarter. 29-1. Dixie Lullaby on top. Right there, second, West River Amber. Paradise Paradox is close in third. Tightening now in fourth, that's Tony and Rachel. And the early trailer still Heart of Windermere. Nobody moves as they come in front of the fans first time around. It's Dixie Lullaby on top. Best trip of all goes to West River Amber right there in second. Paradise Paradox will ride the rail in third. First to move now, here comes Tony and Angel, was fourth, now third. Chasing after second. They went by the half, 60 seconds flat. Dixie Lullaby gets a tap on the tail. She opens up a length and a half. West River Amber tries to stay with her in second. Tony and Rachel working hard on the holiday. First over in third. Now back to third on the inside. That's Paradise Paradox. Tightening in fourth. Heart of Windermere. The fillies pick it up on route to three-quarter. Dixie Lullaby stretches her lead now to 3. They went by three-quarters, 129-1. Track record in jeopardy. Dixie Lullaby clear by 2. West River Amber's trying to reel her in from second. Paradise Paradox right there in third. They hit the top of the stretch. Dixie Lullaby opens up by 3. West River Amber all out in second. Paradise Paradox coming on in third. It's a race against the clock. Dixie Lullaby at the wire. West River Amber was second. Paradise Paradox threw in a few steps but was third. Time for the mile. New track record for 2-year-old pacing fillies. Dixie Lullaby 1:58 flat. Off-hand pacing and trotting. Da Vinci Art quickest off the gate into the first turn. From the far outside, that's Cruise Level. Even farther out, Ari's Reese. They're 3 wide stacked up around the first turn. In between pacers, Cruise Level wants the front. Ari's Reese on the outside now backs off to second. Little confusion in the turn. Number 3, Da Vinci Art is off stride. Everybody moves out and around. Everything starts to settle up now as they race to the opening quarter mile. It's Cruise Level on top. Ari's Reese took the pocket but didn't like it. He's driving up on the outside. Ari's Reese trying to take over. Cruise Level on the inside. These two hook up early off an opening quarter. 30 seconds flat. Cruise Level wants the front. Ari's Reese now backs off to the 2-hole. Put your money down. Tightens in from third. Just Plain Shay trotting along in fourth. Then we find the other trotter, J.K. Queen is fifth and gapped out after the early break. That's Da Vinci Art. Horses come in front of the fans first time around. Cruise Level wanted the lead and he's got it. Right there on the leader's helmet, that's Ari's Reese. First up and coming, that's Just Plain Shay trotting up a storm. They went by the half. 101 flat. Cruise Level on the inside. Just Plain Shay trotting on the outside, taking it right to him. Best trip of all goes to Ari's Reese if he can get out. Sliding up the inside, put your money down is fourth. Stalled on the outside, J.K. Queen. Halfway down the backside, Cruise Level still on top. He's fighting back on the inside. Just Plain Shay on the outside. Nobody blinking by three-quarters. 131-4. It's Cruise Level trying to get home. Just Plain Shay on the outside, not going away. No place to race for Ari's Reese. J.K. Queen is closer from fourth and swinging wide comes. Put your money down. Anyone a 5 of a chance. They hit the top of the stretch. It's Cruise Level in the center of the track. Far outside. Put your money down. Coming on. Cruise Level still there. It's Cruise Level at the wire. Second was Ari's Reese. Put your money down was third. Time for the mile. 2:02-1. Cruise Level takes the Paul Trites Memorial Pace. There they go, off and pacing. Jackson K down from the rail is the leader into the first turn. Offshore Cowboy getting away in second. Center of the track, JJ Jodster is third. Red Dirt Racer from the outside dropped in fourth. The early trailer, that is up and gone. Everybody settles in en route to the opening quarter, and they're chasing the 2-year-old son of Cam Mystic. Jackson K down and Gilles Barrio on top by the opening quarter mile. Right there, second is Offshore Cowboy. Third still JJ Jodster. Red Dirt Racer is fourth, and the early trailer still up and gone. Quarter time came and went 29-4. Jackson K down on top. Right there, second Offshore Cowboy. Nobody wants to pull on the favorite just yet. Jackson K down gonna get things all his own way, half a ways home. He's your leader now, clear by 2. Offshore Cowboy tries to stay with him in second. JJ Jodster bides his time in third. Red Dirt Racer is fourth, and up and gone still trails. They were halfway home, 59-3. It's still Jackson K down on top. Right there, the only one close to him is Offshore Cowboy. JJ Jodster's working hard in the 3-hole. Up Red Dirt Racer gaps out in fourth, and up and gone still trails. They're just like they were when they said go, halfway down the backside. Jackson K down opens up now 2-2. Offshore Cowboy tries to stay with him in second. They went by 3/4, 128-4. Jackson K down. He's the leader at the top of the stretch. Offshore Cowboy, the only one with a shot in at him. Race for third is on. They hit the top of the stretch. It's Jackson K down. Out from second comes Offshore Cowboy. Jackson K down on the inside. Offshore Cowboy, but this one's gone to Jackson. Jackson K down at the wire. Second was Offshore Cowboy. Third was JJ Jodster. Time for that mile, 158-1. Jackson K down. There they go, off and pacing, center of the gate. Terracotta Lad looking to be the leader into the turn. Golden Opportunity from the inside is the leader in the turn. It's Golden Opportunity on the inside. Terracotta Lad on the outside. Contact Jones got away in third. Honto is fourth. Backing off now to fifth. That's Ideal Ticket and the early trailer, Couleur Magnifique. Things unsettled en route to the opening quarter. It's an old-fashioned brouhaha on the inside. That's Golden Opportunity. Terracotta Lad not taken back. These two aren't blinking by the opening quarter. 27-4. A cutthroat opening fraction, and it's not over yet. On the inside, Golden Opportunity has the pylons and trying to keep them. Terracotta Lad's got no plan B. He's driving on the outside, and these two are well ahead of the rest. Halfway home, Terracotta Lad trying to get down to the pylons. Can't just yet. Halfway home, Terracotta Lad parked out by Golden Opportunity. They were by the half. I don't even know how to say it. 55-4. Halfway home, Terracotta Lad now off stride. Golden Opportunity, he's got them by about 6 or 7 now, halfway up the backside. Honto on the outside, taking over second. On the inside, Contact Jones, halfway down the backside. It's Golden Opportunity, but you got company on its way. Backfield in motion, heading to 3/4. Golden Opportunity, how much more can he take? 127-3. Honto on the outside, now the closest to him. 3 wide, Terracotta Lad. In between pacers, that's Couleur Magnifique, Contact Jones, and who did I forget? Ideal Ticket. They're all in it at the top of the stretch. Honto on the outside takes over. Far outside, Couleur Magnifique. Down the stretch, Honto, Couleur Magnifique. Ideal Ticket's coming late at the line. Couleur Magnifique got the job done for Todd Trites. Honto was second. Ideal Ticket was third. Time for the mile, 159-4. There they go, off-hand pacing. Great start from post 4. That's Shalara looking for the front. How Max Canasta in between Pacers and from the rail. Sassy and I Know It is the leader around the first turn. It's Sassy and I Know It on the inside for Todd Treitz. Up and driving on the outside. Shalara doesn't want the hole. She's looking for the big one right at the front end. Shalara and Claire McDonald on the outside now reach up and take over the lead. Sassy and I Know It released her and will sit second. How Max Canasta is out from third, now second, driving on new leader by the opening quarter. How Max Canasta and Gilles Barrio touchdown on the lead. Second is Shalara there by the opening quarter, 30-3. How Max Canasta on top. Shalara is second. Sassy and I Know It right there third. Then we find JJ Larissa in fourth, and the early trailer Brandy and Wine. The fillies are well strung out as they come in front of the fans first time around. They're all chasing How Max Canasta and Barrio. Their lead is 2 lengths. Second is Shalara. Sassy and I Know It right there in third. By the half a minute and 2/5, it's still How Max Canasta on top. Shalara starts to tighten in second. Sassy and I Know It still right there in third. JJ Larissa is fourth, and Brandy and Wine still trails. No movement as they head down the backside. It's How Max Canasta. She gets a tap on the tail. She opens up by 2. Shalara tries to stay with her in second. Sassy and I Know It on the inside third. They went by 3/4, 130 and flat. They picked it up 29-3 in the third. How Max Canasta looks like a training trip from here. Barrio's got the lines tight on the big filly as she turns for home. How Max Canasta by herself through the stretch. Only one close is Shalara. Sassy and I Know It trying to hang on to third. It's all How Max Canasta, an easy winner in the Williamson. Shalara was second. Sassy and I Know It third. Time for the mile, 1:59 flat. How Max Canasta. There they go, off-hand pacing, $1 Million Jewel down the center. From the inside, Victory George. These two hook up into the first turn. Victory George on the inside. $1 Million Jewel on the outside. Now backs off looking for that 2-hole. Windermere Nick got away in third. DG's Crosby skated off the gate to be in fourth, and Yankee Dancer is 5. The early trailer, that's Metro Man. Horses are strung out en route to the opening quarter. Victory George got his point across. He wants to be the leader en route to the opening quarter mile. 29-1 the price paid to be the leader. Victory George and Lonnie Stokes showing the way. $1 Million Jewel right there second. Windermere Nick follows along in third. DG's Crosby with a decision to make in fourth. Yankee Dancer is fifth. And the early trailer Metro Man can still see them all. They start to pair up in front of the fans. First time around, they're all chasing the classy veteran. Victory George and Lonnie Stokes. Over the half-mile station, 59-1 Victory George right on down the road. DG's Crosby now up to the leader's wheel in second. $1 Million Jewel caught in third. Windermere Nick rides the cones in fourth. Yankee Dancer out and driving in 5. And Metro Man still trails and trying to go to the inside. Halfway down the backside, it's still Victory George. His leads out to a length and a half. $1 Million Jewel, best trip of all in second. 3/4 is up, 128-1. It's Victory George still on top, and he opens up a length and a half. $1 Million Jewel with a shot at him in second. Windermere Nick is third. They hit the top of the stretch. It's Victory George down the stretch. $1 Million Jewel out of the pocket, far outside Windermere Nick. Victory George needs the line. $1 Million Jewel on the outside at the line. Picture time. Might have been $1 Million Jewel in the final stride, but any one of 3 of them were there. Victory George and Windermere Nick will wait for the judges. Time for the mile, 159-1. There they go, off-end pacing, far outside. American Terror looking for the front. Darth Vader in between horses, and Coral Snake from the rails got them stacked up 3 wide. It's Coral Snake and Luke Armstrong on the inside. American Terror and Barrio not backing off. They want the front out of the turn. That's American Terror now the leader. Coral Snake got away in second. Darth Vader is third. Hyperion Blue Chip found the 4-hole, and Magical Alex in his first start back trails the field early. Horses on by the opening quarter. 28-1. Serious opening panel laid down by American Terror. He's your leader midway around the turn. Coral Snake right on the leader's helmet in second. Darth Vader is third. Then Hyperion Blue Chip fourth, and Magical Alex can see them all. Nobody's going to move yet. The favorites on top, and they're all respecting American Terror. And Gil Barrio hit their leads a length here in front of the fans first time around. Coral Snake getting the best trip of all right there second. Darth Vader is third. They went by the half. 58 seconds flat. American Terror right on down the road. Coral Snake right there on the leader's helmet. Darth Vader a decision to make from third. Hyperion Blue Chips off the rail from fourth and driving. Magical Alex will ride the cones in fifth. Halfway down the backside, it's still American Terror on top. Coral Snake right there on the leader's helmet. Hyperion Blue Chip now gets his nose up to third on the outside. 3/4 was up, 128 flat. It's still American Terror on top. Coral Snake is in the pocket and ready to pounce. Here comes Hyperion Blue Chip now third. Darth Vader is fourth. And Magical Alex trails. They hit the top of the stretch. It's American Terror. Coral Snake's out from second on the outside. American Terror, Coral Snake, Hyperion Blue Chip closing in. American Terror needs the line on the outside. Photo time! Looked like American Terror might have just hung on. Coral Snake closed hard for second. Hyperion Blue Chip was third. Time for the mile, 157-1. We'll call American Terror. There they go, off-end pacing, center of the gate. Ship's Excalibur wants to be the leader into the first turn. Grimsby from the inside got away in second. Freddie My Boy from the far outside now lands into the 3-hole. Meter Leader works his way into fourth. Choco Du Risseau from the hind tier got away in fifth. Woodmare Sandman is sixth. That's the early trailer, Royal Putnam. Everybody straight in a line en route to the opening quarter, and they're all chasing the Island Invader. Ship's Excalibur and Rick Armstrong loose on the front. Grimsby right there second. The opening quarter came and went 28-4. Ship's Excalibur right on down the road. Right there second is Grimsby. Freddie My Boy tags along in third. Meter Leader eyes a move to the outside from fourth. Still riding the pylons, that's Choco Du Risseau. Woodmare Sandman's out and following the flow, and Royal Putnam has been shuffled to the back. They start to pair up in front of the fans first time around. Ship's Excalibur on top and calling the shots. Right there second is Grimsby. Freddie My Boy came a long way to play today. He's first up and coming on the outside, now takes over second. They went by the half, 59-1. Ship's Excalibur still looking strong halfway down the back stretch. Freddie My Boy on the outside tries to take over second. Grimsby locked up in the box is third. Swinging out wide from the back. Here comes Royal Putnam 3 wide, picking him up and laying him down. En route to 3/4, it's still Ship's Excalibur the leader. Grimsby is second. 3/4 was up, 129-2. Ship's Excalibur opens up a length and a half. Grimsby tries to stay with him in second. Freddie My Boy in the center is third, way wide. That's Royal Putnam, and rolling out wide comes Meter Leader. They hit the top of the stretch. It's Ship's Excalibur and Rick Armstrong. They've been on a mission today, and they're trying to close it out with an 8th to go. Ship's Excalibur, Choco Du Risseau down the center. Ship's Excalibur wire to wire for Rick Armstrong. Second was Choco Du Risseau. I'm going to call Royal Putnam for third. Time for that mile, 201-1. Ship's Excalibur.